Um, under the Missouri statute, Chapter 10, Section 210-165, of any person who intentionally files a false report of child abuse or neglect can be held accountable and charged with the Class A misdemeanor.
Still on the line. She had another question, Cynthia. Emily, you still there?
I'm here. You tell me when I'm ready to go.
Go.
All right. This is what I have and everything I'm telling you can be backed. Under the Missouri statute, Chapter 10, Section 210-165, of any person who intentionally files a false report of child abuse or neglect can be held accountable and charged with the Class A misdemeanor. I have several things where the court was in full support and consent of my husband and I taking guardianship in September 6, 2019. I have a document where they're fully supporting it. October the 3rd, this was right after they moved the children, they took the support away, claiming that I only wanted guardianship of my granddaughter. Siblings have to stay together, so they removed both children because I only wanted one. I've never said I did not want this child. They came back in May 6th of 2020. Phelps County Children's Division said that they removed the child and the children because of verbal abuse towards my foster son. Is that grounds for, this is my question, is that grounds for going into the prosecuting attorney's office and saying this is a false report of child abuse and I can prove it?
Well, if you were in California, it would be grounds. I don't know what it's, like in your state, in Michigan, but I'd seek the advice of an attorney or just go in and, ask the police if this is grounds, for a criminal prosecution.
Okay. I'm finding, and please tell me if other families are dealing with this, especially in a small town. I did approach my attorney. I have been out thousands and thousands of dollars on an attorney. They don't want to go that method because they have to go and work with these people after my case is long gone and done with. Mm-hmm. And she told me that's something I would have to do on my own. So you helped me. You gave me the answer, and I'm going to. Does this raise red flags with Children's Division? I've been hung up on. I tried to call Children's Division. They said I don't have time for this, and hung up on me. We are talking, and I know a lot of families can understand too. We're talking about a lifetime. A lifetime. Children have the moral right to be with their families. If their parents can't take care of them properly, they have families that can and will step up.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, 110%. And I find it puzzling why a lot of social workers on cases that I'm involved with don't want to give the relatives the child. I don't understand it. And then when they write, they write reports to the court, and it's just really general a lot of times about why grandma can't have the kid. I don't know why. Sometimes I think, and this is just my mind going, roaming, that a social worker says they don't want to give the kid to grandma because there's some issue between the social worker and the mother. Some personality, thing that went on, and, all of a sudden the social worker finds a lot of reasons to keep the child away from the grandmother. And it's just unfortunate because whatever's going on between the social worker and the mother has nothing to do with the child. The only person that's hurt is the child. And a lot of times, and this is, I find this, a lot of people call me with this issue. Kid gets placed in foster care, and then you know what sometimes happens? The kid gets abused by the foster parent or by another foster child. All because,
Yes, oh God, you have just sparked something in me, sir. just recently, here in Phelps County, Dent County, Missouri, Salem, a child that was adopted out of the foster care system was starved to death and died. Those parents are being charged and going to jail.
Right. There's a case here in California. I think it was in Kern County or somewhere in north of Los Angeles, where the foster parents adopted, one or two children, and now, I think I heard something recently, the kids had disappeared and had, nobody knew where they were. These were little kids too, and, you were speculating that, maybe the foster parents did something to the kids, I don't know. I'm involved in a case right now in another county, not Los Angeles, where they wouldn't let the grandmother, adopt the child, and they placed the child with a foster parent, and guess who does all the babysitting for the kid? The grandmother.
Oh, my stars.
The foster parent works, so she uses the grandmother as the babysitter. The foster parent, goes on vacations apparently quite a bit, and guess who the child stays with? The grandmother. Now that's a good thing, I guess. The grandmother gets to see the child, and the child and the grandparent have a bond, an emotional and psychological and physical bond. But CPS wouldn't place the child with the grandmother. Like what? What's going on? Anyway, listen, we got to take another call. Thank you for calling, Emily. Call us in a few weeks. Give us an update. We appreciate your call. Cynthia, go ahead.
Well, yeah, let's take another caller. We're going to do another Emily from Wyoming this time.
No, I think it's
Emily,
Karen.
are you there?
I'm sorry, it's Karen from Wyoming.
Karen, you said Emily. Karen?
Yeah.
Karen from Wyoming. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
Do you have a question to ask or a story to tell?
I guess it could be both because it's actually an ongoing thing right now, and I don't know where to turn to because if my child is in a Chin's case, and I don't understand that. I've been participating in detainees, but anyway, I have applied for an attorney. I've been denied because I'm not being charged with anything. Okay. So I don't qualify for an attorney, and then also I'm not being kept aware of court hearings and stuff, and how the petition originally started. The officer and the prosecuting attorney under oath lied and said that my child was on the run when she wasn't. She was illegally placed in a foster home in another county, 30 miles from here. And when I stood my ground, and she was released back to me because I didn't have a shelter care hearing. This time they filed a shelter care hearing. My child has been in a group home. And it's about a 2-hour drive from where I live at. All right, and she's been there since September, and this is now, it's almost stepping into 6 months, and I have not had an overnight with her. I've only had 3 visits with her, and we had a disposition hearing, and nothing's been really settled on it. And I'm baffled. They want to put her out of the group home into a foster home instead of bringing her home to me, and I don't understand it. And since I don't have an attorney, I can't get any answers from the prosecuting attorney because my attorney's supposed to contact them and go, I don't qualify for an attorney. I'm not being charged with anything.
Okay, well, hold on a second. I'm kind of shocked that Wyoming has that situation where they don't give every parent, when they take your child, an attorney. But be that as it may, you can go and hire an attorney.
True. I don't know one here. I mean, the nearest there's only 3,000 people to the town that I live in.
Okay, but this is what I want you to do. Okay.
Okay.
I'm a graduate of the Jerry Spence Trial Lawyers College, and Jerry's office is based in Jackson Hole, okay, Wyoming, and they got a lot of sharp attorneys at that law firm. Okay, and sometimes they're able to do pro bono work. All right,
okay.
Or they can send you to an attorney who can do something on a pro bono basis. I want you to call the Jerry Spence Law Firm in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and tell them that you need help. Tell them, they won't remember me, I'm sure, but tell them Vince Davis, a graduate of the college, referred you to them, and hopefully they can help you, or they can send you to someone that can help you. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right, Karen?
All right. I guess I'll start there. Yeah.
Okay. Jerry Spence Law Firm, or law offices of Jerry Spence, or whatever it's called these days. It's the Spence Law Firm, and it's in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Okay? So if you mention Jerry Spence in Jackson Hole, everyone will know who you're talking about. Okay?
Yeah, it's like a 4-hour drive from here.
I think, but just call Karen.
I will.
Okay.
And how do I legally stand as far as the time frame? Because since the disposition or whatever, the judge has released my daughter's attorney, even though the case isn't closed. And I don't even know when the next court hearing is.
I can't give you any information on that because I'm not a Wyoming lawyer. You know, I'm only licensed in California. But you need to talk to an attorney. And I've told you something that I've suggested something that you should do, and you should do that maybe Monday morning, first thing at 9 o'clock.
Absolutely, I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karen. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you calling. Give us an update in 3 weeks. Tell me if the Spence Law Firm was able to do anything for you or send you to anyone, and we'll talk to you then. Okay, this is The Secret, How to Fight Child Protective Services and Win. We have to take another break, but we'll be back with more calls, more questions, and more stories.